Hey, it's Casey from Freefall Data Systems. In this video, I'd like to show you why no other audible altimeter comes close to SonoAlti in terms of flexibility of how the alarms sound, when they sound, and for how long. Let's take a look. Alright, so I created a couple presets to show you some of the things that SonoAlti can do. Let's start with this preset called Silences. And this feature is available in for firmware version 1.2 and above for SonoAlti. So if you haven't seen our video about how to upgrade your firmware either by sending it in to us or doing it yourself on a Mac computer, we're working on a PC version, then you might take a look at that. But let me show you how you can use the silences basically. Let's say you're a tandem instructor and you've got video, and at 8,000 feet you only want it to go off for just a second. So at 8,000 feet you want something like that. But then you only want it to sound for 250 feet of altitude. Then you could put a silent alarm for your second freefall alarm at 7,750 feet. After that, let's say at 55 at pull time, I want it to let out a series of short beeps, like that. But then I want it to go away at 5,200 or 5,250 feet. And then we'll have it come back at 4,000, go away at 3,750, and then maybe we'll put that final siren at 2,500 feet. And here you can see why it's not really overkill in this sense if you understand how SonoAlti works to have 8 freefall alarms if you integrate these silences into them. Let's take a look at a different setting. Tracking guide tones. So these are guide tones in freefall. And let's take a look at this setting. Here you can see I've actually increased the alarm tempo to 125%, and the reason I did that is just to make these medium beeps a little bit shorter even. And here you can see that basically, let's say the breakoff is 5,500 feet. I'm going to start with some medium beeps, and then 500 feet later they're going to get shorter, and 500 feet after that they're going to get even shorter, and then let's say at pull altitude, 4,000 feet, I'm going to have that falling siren, and then I'm going to have it go away at 3,500 feet, and we'll put that alarm again at 2,500 feet. So you can see I use silence again in this design, but basically the idea is that during my track away from the group, the beeps will increase in speed, and then I'll get that pull siren at 4,000 feet. Something kind of similar under canopy that could be useful for determining when you're coming on. The most dangerous part of a skydive is often said to be the intersection of your base and final leg. So let's look at the canopy alarms here. What I've done is at 1,000 feet I put a mid-range beacon, so a very simple alarm. And then one of the things that's useful to understand about how the canopy alarms on SonoAlti work is that they sound for 50 feet of altitude. So again, it can be useful to have a bunch of alarms. I'll show you what I've done here. 1,000 feet, like I said, that mid-range beacon. And then I'm having at 600 feet, long beeps like that. And then you can see the next alarm's at 500 feet. So for 50 feet it will have gone away. But then I'm going to fill 100 feet of altitude with low-medium beeps. So that's all the way through from 500 to 400 feet, at which point it becomes short beeps. And I'm also going to make that go for 100 feet of altitude, and then at 300 feet, we'll hear that final alert. That should give you guys an idea of the flexibility of SonoAlti as an audible altimeter. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be safe out there.